word to wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd without fear. Welcome back to the channel. All right, today's video, we are going to be talking about Wolverine number 14 by Benjamin Percy and Adam Kubert. And in this video, we are going to finally learn who is the culprit behind the strange theft that occurred during the Hellfire Gala when the Marauder ship, also called the Marauder, was stolen and Emma Frost's brother, Christian Frost, was murdered and left for dead. We're also going to learn a little bit more about what some of the Iraqi mutants who are not on planet Araco are still doing on Earth, and more importantly, we're going to see the return of a mysterious mutant from Ten of Swords who wants to face off with Wolverine once again. We're going to talk about all this and more right now, but first, if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy the video, I humbly ask that you Hulk smash that like button because it truly helps the channel out. With all that said, let's talk about Wolverine number 14. So Wolverine, since the events of the Hellfire Gala, he has made it his mission to track down the culprits behind the theft of the Marauder and the murder of Christian Frost, who is left for dead. Wolverine is going through all the motions. He's hit up Madripoor. He's trying to find out who is at the heart of this, because not only was the Marauder stolen, not only was Christian Frost murdered, but also there was a theft. Because regardless of the fact that Wolverine is able to track down the Marauder ship, the Shi'ar logic diamonds that were on the ship are nowhere to be found. Someone stole them, and for whatever reason, we don't really know. But whatever was going on, Wolverine is able to go through the motions and track everyone down. Emma Frost, even to a point, gets involved because, of course, her brother was murdered and she wants her pound of flesh. She can actually get information that Wolverine can't get with brute force alone, able to use her telepathic powers to unlock the answers in the minds of one of the people who Wolverine is questioning, which leads them to the one person who survived the attack on the ship, a Russian mercenary who was burned damn near to death when the ship was set ablaze once it reached Madripoor. Wolverine is able to get answers out of the guy, of course, not without threatening his life first, but the person who seems to be behind all this is a massive specimen of mutant, someone who apparently lacks a nose, has ridiculously sharp teeth, acid for blood, and is very likely the IWGP heavyweight champion of the Iraqi mutants, if I had to take a wild guess. This mutant is an absolute monster, and whoever he is, Wolverine is under the impression that he wasn't working alone either. You see, there's a lot of moving parts in this. This is some kind of a shell game, as Wolverine alludes to earlier, that there are multiple players involved in this, and Sage is able to posit that an Iraqi mutant and Russians were behind all this. But why the Russians? Why were they involved in this theft? What do they have to gain from taking the Shi'ar logic diamonds? The only thing that could potentially use those Shi'ar logic diamonds that they potentially possess is the Cerebro sword. This is something that is still in the possession of Mikhail Rasputin, Colossus's brother, and we do know, thanks to some future solicits, Colossus is finally going to be playing a little bit of a bigger role in the X-Force comics, so it's likely to stand to reason that he is going to be facing off with Mikhail to get back the Cerebro sword, because even though Mikhail allowed Kid Omega to get back to Krakoa, he didn't give up the Cerebro sword. She's also able to reveal the identity of the massive mutant who attacked the ship, and it is a mutant by the name of Sevier Blackmore, who operates out of this Iraqi pirate syndicate called the Bone Clutch. This place looks like something you would see out of a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It looks desolate, and it looks like it's owned and operated by some of the most lawless pirates in the history of lawless pirates, and as lawless pirates are wont to do, they engage in barbarous activities, namely using Mad Max Fury Road looking jet skis in shark infested waters and jousting to see who either can be killed or who can be knocked into the water to be eaten by the sharks below. And Wolverine is of course going to use this opportunity to challenge Blackmore, and when he does so, he doesn't necessarily win, but he doesn't necessarily lose either. So it becomes this situation where Blackmore respects Wolverine's craziness, his absolute ridiculous level of dedication to his mission. He respects that, and he's willing to give Wolverine the answers that he wants. The problem is that the guy that Wolverine is looking for is someone who is severely pissed off Blackmore as well. And the reason why Blackmore is going to give Wolverine the information that he wants is not even so much just to help him on his mission, and not even really out of a sense of respect. I mean, yeah, there are those things too, but the thing that's actually going to make him give up this information is because he feels like the person who is behind all this, the person who Wolverine is looking for, it is someone who is severely screwed over Blackmore, someone who even cut off Blackmore's nose. So he figures that if Wolverine is looking for this guy has screwed him over too, and this means Blackmore can screw over the culprit behind it all and get revenge, because he's going to reveal that the person behind all of this has been the mutant Solem. Now, I would forgive you if you don't know who this mutant is. Solem is a mutant that was introduced to us during Wolverine number 6, right around the time that Ten of Swords was kicking off. He was introduced as this new villain for Wolverine to face off with, a guy with adamantium skin and a penchant for screwing over other people and being incredibly tricksy. He was basically described as being a arch nemesis for Wolverine who would bring Loki-like shenanigans to the proceedings. And while, yes, Ten of Swords carried on and we were able to witness Solem in action, and we did witness Solem screw Wolverine over in the process of getting the swords that were necessary to compete in Ten of Swords, we know that Solem just kind of walked away from everything and left the Iraqi mutants high and dry. When Solem was picked to face off against one of his own teammates, that teammate being War, he chose to call in a marker that Wolverine owed him for helping him when they were trapped in hell trying to get the Muramasa blades. And Wolverine, having to answer to that marker, he fought in Solem's place while Solem got the out of Dodge. And by getting out of Dodge, I mean he snuck through one of the Krakoan gates while no one was looking, Saturnine included, and snuck off using the Krakoan gateway to get to Earth, where likely he's been laying in wait this entire time, waiting to strike. All in all, I'm very interested to see Solem back in the proceedings. He's a very interesting character who, yes, I guess in a way, we're used to Wolverine having antagonists like Sabretooth, people who are all brute force and occasionally some brains behind the brawn, but it all depends on who's writing Sabretooth at the time. But it's actually really nice to see Wolverine up against a more cerebral assassin, as it were. And I'm curious to see exactly what it is, or how long rather, Solem plans on hanging around. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, Hulk smash that like button and make sure to share this video all over the internet and with all your friends so they'll know how you leveled up your comic book big brain in regards to Wolverine and Reign of X. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought about Wolverine number 14. Keep it plus ultra and sound off in the comments.